Look, I totally get it. Personal development is not everyone's cup of tea. And it's so tempting to unwind watching your favorite Netflix series and sipping on a glass of wine. After all, life can be pretty overwhelming, and sometimes you just want to escape. I vividly remember a time when I felt this way. I was caught in that never ending cycle of work. I felt like I was in a hamster wheel, constantly juggling all of my tasks, both in my professional life and with my kids, my family, my friends, and everyone else under the sun. And my mind was constantly running, so much so that I even had a hard time settling down at night, and I wouldn't wake up feeling energized or really well rested in the morning. It seemed like I had no time for anything else, let alone personal development. But then one day it really hit me. I looked around and I realized that life was going way too fast, and it almost felt like it was slipping away. My kids were getting older, and I wasn't spending as much time with them as I wanted to be. I wasn't really able to spend as much quality time with my husband because I was always exhausted from my work. And even when I was with my friends and family, I remember always being on the phone, multitasking, trying to get things done for work or checking my emails in case there was an emergency. And I wasn't really present with the people that I love. And that's when I knew that something had to change. So that's when I decided that I needed to take a deeper look at things. And I started getting into personal development, self-help, reading all the books, watching videos, taking workshops, really took a deep dive. And what I came to find out is that they were all saying the same thing. They all said that it starts and ends with you. And so then I knew that I had to start looking within. And let me tell you, that was a real eye opener for me. And it really changed the trajectory of my life. And I realized that it wasn't about quitting my job or making any huge drastic changes to my life. Instead, it became about discovering the power within me to take charge of my life. So that's where I learned to set healthy boundaries, that self-care was not selfish, but it was actually very, very necessary for me to be a good mother, a good wife, a good coworker, and just a good person to everyone around me, including myself. And I also learned the importance of shifting my mindset from victim thinking to a more empowered one. And the most incredible part was that I started to really see these massive changes in my life. I found myself more focused, more productive, more patient, and more present in my personal and professional life. And that overwhelm just began to fade away, and it went off into the distance. And I started to make more conscious choices that aligned with my own values. This is where I truly began to love my life. And here's the thing that I want to tell you. Doing the inner work doesn't have to be hard or really time consuming. It's really about peeling back the layers and uncovering the best, most authentic version of yourself. And that leads you to a life that's more fulfilled, more purposeful, gives you meaning, which then makes you unshakable no matter what your external circumstances are. Because when you stand true to yourself and your values and know your worth, you really realize that the power to take back control truly does lie with you.